Welcome to Inverhuron Provincial Park. We're staying here for 3 nights and we are going to do a tour of the park and let you know what we think of our camping experience. Inverhuron Provincial Park is located on the shores of Lake Huron, approximately 2 hours from London and 3 hours from Toronto. It's a beautiful park with over 200 electrical sites and approximately 18 non-electric sites. There are 4 trails ranging in difficulty and beautiful water access throughout the park. When you arrive at Inverhuron, you'll be greeted by the park store or main office. It's a very small store. They don't actually have a lot inside, and you can purchase your firewood and ice here as well. We are at our first stop, which is always the potable water station, and this one's a little bit different. It's basically like a straight line, and there are about 4 different pumps here that you can get water from, and they all have threaded hoses. We are on site 185 in the Kiln Campground, and our site is actually quite level, so we don't have to use any leveling blocks, and it's a little bit tight to get in because there are some steep edges around this site. We are right on the corner here, but it's quite private, so I'm very happy so far with this site. Just a short walk from our campsite is the beach and boat launch area. There's 2 bays here. One beach is a rocky beach and the other is a beautiful sandy beach, and it looks like it's a pretty popular spot. People are still set up and it's after 4 p.m. And just in the parking lot of the boat launch area, you can also access the chain trail, which is a 4+ kilometer trail noted as easy on their park brochure, and it also takes you to the little playground they have here. And at the playground area, there's also a beach volleyball net and a couple of picnic tables if you're planning to spend some time here. We're walking through the Gunn campground right now, and there are quite a few waterfront sites. They're not exactly on the water, but there is the path right behind them, and they do have walks down to the water area. So if you are looking to be closer to the water, I would check one of those sites out. And there's also pull-through spots here, so if you have a bigger trailer, you may want to look into that. And there's vault toilets conveniently located in Gunn and to the water, so if you're at the water, you can come right up that path that I just showed you and get to these vault toilets. There's a comfort station centrally located in Gunn Campground. The showers and the washrooms were both clean, and they also had laundry facilities. Something I've been noticing while we're walking through the campgrounds is that the sites are all pretty nice. They all seem to be quite level as well and decently private. The only thing that I would note is that some of the electrical pedestals are quite the distance and have quite the obstacles to actually plug in. So if you're coming here, you may want to make sure you have some extra footage when it comes to your extension cords to make sure that you can reach. We walked down to the beach area in the Kiln Campground. It was pretty rocky, but a great spot to go and enjoy a sunset. We didn't stay for the full sunset, but we went back later in our stay to catch a great one. There are actually two comfort stations here at Inverhuron, and they're located in between the campgrounds. So there's one between Gunn Point and Lime Kiln, and then there's one between Lime Kiln and the other campground area. And we can confirm that at this point in time on our stay, both of the comfort stations looked like they were kept very clean. We're back at the campsite now and just getting ready to start our fire. We were thinking about going to see if we could catch the sunset, but it's about an hour or so away before the sun sets, and we're a little bit tired from our big travel day today, so we're just gonna sit by the fire and we'll see you tomorrow. The next day we ventured into Sauble Beach to check out the main street, beach area, and more. I've actually posted a video on the top things to do in Sauble Beach, so check that out if you want to add a day here to your camping weekend. It's linked in the description below. On the way back to the campground, we saw a little hut selling campfire wood for $7 per bag. So Alan decided that we would stop and give it a go. And it's on the honor system. You just leave your money in a little bucket and take your wood and carry on. And there's been 2 other cars that have stopped while we've been here. So it seems like a popular spot on the way to Inverhuron. Down at the beach area, there are 2 large parking lots and a comfort station, although the comfort station was kind of dated, but there were flush toilets there for men and women, and there were 2 access points to the beach with sand. They do have 2 boardwalk areas as well overlooking the beach, but they did not have stairs going down. Down in the day use area, there is also a covered picnic shelter and access to the beach. We are walking through the Holmes Bay Campground, and some of these sites are absolutely massive. We just saw one on the perimeter that accommodated a 5th wheel and 3 vehicles parked in front of it in the little driveway. I wouldn't say little, the large driveway. So if you have a big trailer, it seems like Holmes Bay would be the place that you would want to book. We came down to the waterfront to enjoy one of the notable sunsets that they say this area is famous for, and it looks like it's going to be a good one. We are kicking off today with some hiking. We're going to be doing the Chain Trail, the Tulip Trail, and the Maloney Trail. So hopefully we are able to finish all of those. We're actually not doing the entire Chain Trail because we did some of it yesterday and the day before. So we're just picking up right at the park store or park office area. We're starting this morning with the Tulip Trail, and we just saw the sign says beware of poison ivy, and I finally know what it looks like, so I won't be stepping in any. The Tulip Trail is about half a kilometer, and the difficulty rating is moderate because there are some ups and downs. So far it seems pretty okay for us, and we are leisure hikers, so I'll report back if it gets more challenging. We finished the Tulip Trail, and we think we may have seen some tulip trees, but it was really hard to tell. And the trail was not moderate. We found it to actually be quite easy, and we like leisure trails, so we have hopes that the other trails here that are rated as moderate will also be just as easy for us. And at the end of the Tulip Trail, or at the start, I guess it depends on which side you start from, it brings you to the road, I think that takes you to the rustic cottages, but we're not going to do that. We're probably just going to walk all the way back. It took us about 10 minutes, and then we're going to start the chain trail. So if you park at the park office or registration area, it's about 200 meters to get back onto the main chain trail, and then you can go to the Maloney Trail, which is what we're doing now. We made it to the Maloney Trail extension, and it took us exactly 10 minutes from where we started the trail back near the park store registration area. This trail extension is 1 kilometer, and the map says that it is rated as easy. We've just reached a part of the Maloney Trail that is actually much more difficult than the Tulip Trail even, and the Tulip Trail was rated as moderate, but this one is easy. I'm not saying it's difficult, I'm just saying that I would rate this as more difficult than the Tulip Trail. We just started the river trail, and bikes are prohibited on this trail, yet we just saw 3 of them go past us. This is supposed to be approximately 3 kilometers and take about an hour, and it's rated at moderate to difficult, so we're just going to give it our best shot and see how far we can get. We have found some parts of this trail are moderate, actually maybe even difficult depending on your level of fitness or ability, but there are some steep spots where you have to go down on sand, as well as some rooty and rocky steep areas as well. So far though, we are making okay time, and it hasn't been too bad. We're just discussing the rating of this trail, and we would agree that this is a true moderate, whereas they rated the Tulip Trail as moderate, and that would have been pretty easy compared to this one. On the river trail, you will also see the eastern white cedar, which is the largest tree they've found in Inverhuron Provincial Park. It's about 4 feet in diameter, and they expect it to be about 400 years old. Pretty massive. After our hike, we decided to drive down to check out the roofed accommodations. These are on a secluded road, so they do feel quite private, and right across the road is access to the water. We're almost at the end of our camping experience here at Inverhuron Provincial Park, so it's time for me to let you know what I thought of this park, and I'm gonna start with my dislikes. And I really only have one: the electrical posts. Some of them are located so far from the actual site that you have to go trekking through a little bit of forest, uphill a little bit, downhill in divots, and the electrical post is just super far. That's not a huge deal if you come prepared, so this is a tip for you if you're coming here. Bring a lot of electrical cord with you. Luckily for our site, we didn't have to go that far, but as we were walking around the sites, we noticed that some of these sites had 2 or 3 or 4 extension cords attached so that they could reach the electrical post. And now it's time for me to tell you what I liked about this park. And there were so many things, I'm gonna try and keep it brief. The first thing I really liked about this park were the sites. The sites that we saw here were all very private looking. They had deep, long driveways, and they were probably some of the nicer sites that we've seen camping. The second thing I would mention is that there was great cell signal here. So basically anywhere I was in the park, I was able to check social media and weather. And weather is always important to me when I'm camping. The comfort stations here were all really clean and kept clean throughout our entire stay, so I would give those a big thumbs up. And I also really just liked the general atmosphere of this park. There was water pretty much everywhere you went, so it was a great park if you wanted to be on the water or at the beach. The beach area was absolutely beautiful here. Plus, this park was very walkable, and actually we did all 4 trails in one day, so it's a very walkable park. We were able to walk from our campsite to the boat launch and the beach and the trails. Very walkable park, so that was another thing I really enjoyed about it. Overall, even though it's raining, we had a fantastic time here, and I will definitely be back in the future and recommend adding this to your list if you haven't been to Inverhuron before, because this is a beautiful little park. I need to add another like to my list of likes for this park, and that is the dumping station, because they have an excellent setup here. There are 4 dumping spots. It's 2 lanes, one at the front, one at the back in each one. We pulled right in, we're able to get a front spot and are able to dump and leave. I hope you enjoyed seeing around Inverhuron Provincial Park and that this video can be helpful for you if you're planning a trip here in the future. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more camping and travel videos coming soon.